All right, cool. So, what do you
Alright,
want to
sweet.
go over today?
Yeah, okay. So I think I've narrowed it down a bit because there's just been a lot on my mind recently because I've been like close to like winning a few tournaments like here or there, like regional-ish levels, but like I got my two issues right now I think are Fox and Marth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pretty common.
but for Fox, right, yeah. But for Fox, I feel like I'm making strides at least right now in stuff that I'm still working on.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I felt like I like plateaued in the matchup and like my enough. So I just started like tell me if you think this is the right way for me to like things or whatever. Like feel
Mm-hmm.
free to put. But like I just started watching Magi because I was like doing. So then I found answers where like the foxes would just like SDI out of like shine would miss.
Mm-hmm.
Doing like the KJH like and
Yo, you're like cutting out pretty heavy.
and yeah, so I was watching Edgeguard, so like
Can you hear me?
do about like React side B.
Hello?
So I feel like there's a lot of stuff and so I have a lesson
Yo,
right now
crazy.
would help as it would for Marth. Hold on. Let me double check my internet.
Can you hear me?
Hello? You. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can say something if you can hear me.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Hello.
Now you're cutting out.
Can you hear me say this? Dude, what's going on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think
Yes.
you're getting me delayed by
Yes.
like 10 seconds. Okay. Gonna restart the call. I've never had that happen. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can
I
you hear
think we're
me?
good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were like not hearing me for like 30 seconds at a time, and then like,
I think we were delayed. I think you're right
it
because
was
I
like
could
a
hear
huge
you.
delay. It was
Yeah.
crazy because you'd
Yeah,
be
'cause
like,
I
you'd
could
be
hear
talking,
you.
and I'd be like, "Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And then I'd stop, and then you'd talk for like another 10 seconds, and then be like, "Oh yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?" And then I'd be like, "Yeah, it was just crazy." And it just kept like, we were just trying to communicate on this ridiculous delay. I've never had that happen with Discord.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. When you said it's delayed, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, because I was just like, why is he not like listening? Like, I just like, you're cutting out, and you just kept talking, and then like I don't know, that just threw me for a loop.
Yeah, no, that was weird as hell. Okay, yeah. So I was just saying, basically, long story short, I'm working on Fox stuff, so I don't think a lesson right now for Fox is as valuable.
Okay.
But basically, long story short, and I've just been watching Magi beat up Fox. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, yeah, I heard that part,
Yeah.
and I heard
And
you
I
saying. I heard the last thing I really caught before things started getting weird was you saying they would SDI out and the shine would miss, and you
yeah.
said
So I started
something
double
about
down here.
KJH, and then I couldn't.
I
Hear you.
started doing the I started doing the double downer like a lot more there.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's super duper good. So I've been spamming it honestly. But the only issue with that is like they can SDI down, right? And then like land on the downer. So like I think the mix is like you mix up the single hit up air if like they SDI down, but I don't
They
know.
can only SDI the down air down to the ground if you do the down air
Yeah.
late enough. And so, like, it just needs to be in. I'm pretty sure that it's just a situation where, like, you want to be at the higher end of the percent range in order to beat the SDI.
I see.
So that so you can hit them earlier and they still have, like, enough stun for the double down air to hit.
Right,
And then you do, like,
There's a
the
sweet
earliest
spot.
possible second down air, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been spamming it. It's really, really good. Also getting like shine up B kills more and
Mm-hmm.
combos with like up air, whatever. And I think I mean, I'm working on my edge guards, but I think I understand the concept. I don't think they're fairly complicated, right? It's just a matter of like being good at it and
Yeah,
something I
it's
need to
just about
practice,
like
right?
confirming the range, being able to like shoot the lasers at the right height, and then knowing what the fox's perspective is. Like this is like a big thing in my opinion, is that like a lot of falcos, like they see fox's options out of the edge guard like lasers as being like, what is fox the character capable of?
Yeah.
And like that's not how the foxes are working, because like they need to react very quickly to the exact height you shot the lasers and the height they got hit at, and they have like a very limited timer, and they it's very difficult to just take a laser and then fast fall perfect side B sweet spot to edge from like the mid range or whatever. Like that's not. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, here's a question, I guess, and we might be going into this rabbit hole, but whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm chilling. You prefaced
okay,
that it
cool,
might be
cool.
a long one, so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Like, so when I throw them off, I guess because I see a lot of the times, like, and I think it just might depend on their positioning and on their height. Like, I see, like, and I think you've talked about this too, but Magi does it too. Like say like an F throw or something, and it's just like immediate grab ledge because you know that you're in range to like react to the side B. Like, when do you want to, like, because I don't know if I've like consciously thought this, like when do you want to laser versus when do you want to react to side B? But I guess it depends on how far out they are and how high they are, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess sometimes they side B like to hit you out of like your lasers too, right? So you have to be ready for that too.
Yeah. So if they're high enough up that you can guaranteed get a laser and they can't side B you, like you run off double jump double laser, that's like the standard edge guard. I'm like,
yeah.
If like you can make, like, if they're high enough up that your first laser can get out before they can side B you, then like I would say that that's almost always like the right option.
But once they can side B before your laser comes out, that's when like you want to play the game like, oh, you might side B and I can react.
Yeah, I like there's like a range, and it's hard for me to like describe it with words.
Yeah.
But there's a range where basically the double laser almost works but gets side B'd. Like if they really try to side B you, they can kind of sneak in there. And I think that is like that's like basically the best. Like a lot of times when that happens, they're gonna be at like maybe like 30 or 40 or something like that. Like you hit them off kind of early. Maybe sometimes they're a little bit higher percent, but basically that's like the point where you can mix in the down air and just get the freebie kill on the side B.
Right.
Where you're like, you're trying to catch me out of my double laser here, so I just get a literal insta kill. And it's like, okay, if they don't, so like they need to make the gamble of like, are they down to potentially, and like a lot of times if you do the down air and they do the up B and you're quick enough, you can still like shine turnaround grab ledge or whatever before they really like up and get like a coverage. So like they need to make kind of like a big gamble if they're gonna side B of like, do I really think that the Falco won't rip the down air? And so you can kind of play around that, where like most of the time I'll do the lasers because I don't think they're gonna be like
I see
doing it. But then like if I feel like they're getting like, oh, maybe I could sneak a side B in here, then you just sometimes it's messed up because like somebody will do the side B and you read it with the down air and then you throw them off again and they think this time for sure you'll do the laser and you get a second down air and then the game is basically just like over. Like that will happen like sometimes. If Fox, there's like a spot where Fox does like shine stall double jump grab edge, and I like punishing that with run off shine a lot.
Oh really?
Like I'll wait by the edge. Like I'm basically waiting by the edge like as if I'm going to like, yeah, there's kind of like a mix up there, and I've just done this so many times where you just wait for the shine stall and you kind of like, you act. Sometimes you go for it too. Basically, you know, like there's like Falco's down throw down tilt that Marth has. Like he does F throw and then you forward tilt the low Fox double jump. And like, so the good Foxes there will do that extra long shine stall to like beat the forward tilt. And so you like space for the forward tilt. You act like you're gonna forward tilt, and then when they've dropped low enough in the shine, they don't have any other options to get up there except for like sweet spotting with the double jump or like double jump air dodge or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I just run off and shine the double jump to ledge. And there's a little bit of a mix where they can potentially do double jump up and shine, your run off shine. And that's something that like Noel has adapted to some degree, but you're in like a very dominant position. Like, you know, there are times where like there are times where they'll get it, but basically if you're playing the mix up right, you'll win it like way more than you'll lose it because they do double jump shine. And this time you just decided to forward tilt or stayed on stage or shot a laser. And then now they have to up be below the stage, and you just run off, shine down, and they're dead instantly, and stuff like that.
So that's kind of like, I feel like in my head, if I know that they're going to double jump to the ledge or they're in a shine stall or something, I would like call out the timing with like run off, double jump, back up, downer. But what you're saying is like a lot safer, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's in the spots where if you grab edge, they can like they start like you throw them off, they shine stall. If you try to grab edge, they can potentially double jump down air you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they run off shine or whatever. And so like I avoid that by like either doing the forward tilt to beat the down air, like act like I'm gonna run off, and then beat that, or I act like I'm gonna forward tilt, notice that they haven't jumped up yet, and then do the runoff shine.
Yeah. Okay.
And
that's
like
actually,
there are like if I would say like if you have like a free shot of getting to ledge, like there's like they're far enough away, etc., where like they can't like hit you for going to ledge, like they have no options that'll actually stop you from getting to ledge in time. It can potentially be like the best option, like what you're saying, where you just grab ledge and you get like. I don't know as much about doing like the down air, but I do think that like you grab ledge and you either set up for a back air or like ledge dash shine on like Fox side B or something like that.
Right. Okay.
I think like that is good, but like I like the on stage stuff a lot because I like the run off double jump double laser, and I like the down air, and I like the forward tilt run off shine type mix up. And there's one more thing that I do where you can actually do like they think you're going to do run off like high low, like laser run off double jump high low on the recovery. But you can run off and go extra low and do the double jump single laser where you just barely shoot it, and it'll actually like stop Fox from like being able to like perfectly like sweet spot a lot of times.
Oh, it hits the sweet spot. Yeah, I do that one sometimes. Yeah.
That's like the secret mix, but I really don't like deviate much more than like those mix-ups. They cover almost everything.
Okay. I'll watch some more. I watched you two a bit. I'll watch some more of you and Magi, and then like with extra emphasis on what you said, especially around the laser play, because that makes sense. Like you're forcing them to gamble if like you're playing around the side B, right? Like, and then based off of that, then you're free to laser again, basically, right?
Yeah. You're saying like do the double jump double laser and then do another short hop laser?
Oh no, I was just saying in general, like that like when they side B, like they should be viewing it as a gamble because I can cover it. Like
yeah, they should be viewing it as a gamble that they could get down aired every time. That's what it feels like side B against Mango is. I'm always doing like I don't think he's gonna cover the side B. And the last set he got the side B cover twice in a row, and I was like, oof. Like it just makes that game in particular almost unwinnable if you get called out for two side Bs.
Right. Here's a question. Okay, so what about like when should I think I might have an answer, but I'm not sure. Like when do I down air versus like back air? Because I see a lot of times like they'll like I just like I guess it's hard to describe, but like let's say like I got like a fourth throw at like high percent or like a and like because I see people do like forward throw like shine stall turnaround and like they're waiting for the side B.
Oh yeah, I
do
that at higher percents. Yeah.
So like what merits does back air have versus down air? Like
yeah, the back air basically the down air sometimes when I down air Fox side B, it somehow hits the reverse hit, and then they like wall tech shine you or something. Like sometimes the down air hitbox just doesn't fully like cover as much space or like cover the side B, especially on reaction as well as the back air. I think like if you can find a spot for the back air, for the down air, then that's good. But like I think doing like a systematic thing where they side B and you down air or whatever, like on reaction, is not as consistent.
The down air is like reserved for more of a a little bit more of a read, I guess.
Yeah, I use down air more as like an option cover read type thing. I don't use it as like a reaction.
Yeah.
For
so
most stuff, yeah.
So that back air is the reaction one. So like if they're at like a far enough
if I run off in a
thing,
shine stall and they side B, I'm always gonna back air that.
Yeah. Okay. And then if they up B there, you just play like a mix up where like maybe you cover low and try to react to high or something.
Yeah, and so there's like a thing where like basically anytime you see a spacey doing an up B, you can react to the up B. Like let's say you're on ledge and a spacey starts an up B. You
can
always
refresh,
have time
right?
to react and refresh. And so if you're in a shine stall, it's the same thing. Where as soon as you see the up B, you can just double jump up B and lock on the ledge, and you'll be refreshed at like just the right timing and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes, depending
out
on
of the
their
shine stall, should you grab the ledge?
That's what I'm saying. If they up B, yeah. But what I'm saying is there are also spots where I will do the shine stall, and they start their up B, and I know that I have time to double jump, turn around, laser, and like go back to the stage. And then, like, grab the edge again, or, like, redo the same edge guard again.
I see.
Like, run off, shine stall, they up B, double jump, turn around,
laser.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like
interesting.
another option that's, like, open.
On the up B, like, let's say, like, I was waiting for them to side B, but, like, they went low, but they're still, like, decently far off. Once they're below the stage, I think the answer, basically, is, like, to just shine turn around down air, right? Like once they're low enough, like because I was getting hit sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was getting burned by the Foxes up B sometimes, which I guess maybe is like a refresh issue or whatever.
It is. Because you just need to, if they're further away, you want a slightly later refresh because that'll let you delay the shine. Like not delay the shine, but delay the down air out of shine. Because sometimes you like wait a split second longer in the shine to like react to their angle, and then when you double jump down, you get that annoying trade where you get like stage spiked or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why it's like when they're far away and they up B, I'll even sometimes just do a double jump refresh so that I refresh just as their up B is like getting started, because you have total control of the timing, you know, like there's nothing preventing you from having the world's most ideal refresh because you can literally react and do it.
And then depending on their height, it's like whether I should down air or back air, right? Like if they're below the ledge, just down air. I'm thinking in my head that that's the right answer.
Generally, so if they're close, I usually try to just get off the stage and go down there and double jump back air them, if that's possible.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, and then if they're further away, their only mix-up is usually either like straight at you, or that high up one that'll avoid the early down air but get hit by the late down air. And you just need to make sure that you have a correct timing. Like sometimes you just grab ledge and it's just not at the perfect timing, so you don't maybe feel comfortable doing the delayed down air option coverage thing. And in that case, I'll just drop and do like the drop shine back air, where like the back air covers the high and the shine covers the low type thing. Like when I have a good setup and I can confirm everything, it's down air time. But if I don't feel confident, I'll just default to the back air.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. What did you mean by the delayed down air?
Just like when they do the up B angle, where if you did a drop shine double jump back air, the up B angle is like a little steeper vertically, so it barely.
Oh yeah, it goes outside of the back air.
And so with the down air, if you do the right down air, you just hold it, like you don't drift back to stage. like you just hold the down air out for a lot longer before. So, like sometimes you can even just drift all the way out and hit them with the down air, and then like up me back to the stage. And sometimes you just need to hold the down air out for a little bit longer before you drift back to stage. But you can like cover all their stuff with that down air if like if you have like the correct timing to do it. So I'm saying sometimes you just want to like delay a little bit longer because you're like, well, if I do the earliest down air to catch this option, then like basically you just don't want the extra weight that you take confirming if they do that higher angle and you're gonna need to stay out longer. You don't want to like have that cause you to get stage spiked, you know?
Yeah. So would you delay it by just holding onto the ledge longer, or like staying in your shine stall when you turn around a little bit longer?
I stay in the shine stall a little longer because I like basically you get into the shine stall and you're gonna be like reacting if they go straight at you, not straight at you, but the low angle. So you're like, you get in the shine stall, and then you're like, did they go straight at me? If yes, rip the down air right away.
Right. Yeah.
And then if not, and they go high, you just delay it for a little bit longer, and then you hold it out a little bit longer, or drift it out a little bit longer. The issue is that a lot of times, if you don't refresh perfectly, while you're waiting to confirm, you run out of invincibility, so you finally like you actually react to like, oh, they did go low, and you double jump down there, but your invincibility just ran out and you trade, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. No, I think that was actually a super useful quick chat.
Okay, awesome.
And I think I'm gonna switch topics to Marth.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send you a VOD, and we can just look at the VOD. So the last tournament I went to, I lost to 2 Marths.
Rough.
Yeah, I know, right?
I will say there's a reason I play Sheik in this matchup over Spaceys.
Yeah,
and
understood.
I think that Falco does well against Marth, but they can kind of Yoshi you. Like
Yoshi.
Yeah, like Yoshi has this thing against Falco where like Yoshi can just decide that like it's a 7-minute match. And like it's really hard to deal with. And I think that there's just a bunch of times when you'll have Marth on the run and you can really pressure him. And then there's times when the Marth will just decide that like it's stalemate campy time. And like I would say that is like one of the most annoying parts of that matchup, Falco Marth, is that Marth can stalemate you, but you can't consistently stalemate Marth. You can get good defensive positions, but you don't have like, I press these buttons, like we don't interact for a while. Whereas if Marth does run in, light shield, wave dash back, light shield, full hop the side plat, light shield or something, like there's not almost any interactions you can take during that point. So I think that like, similar to kind of how some Foxes will just move around on platforms for like a minute and a half when they're at a high percent against Falco, Marth can do that a lot. And like the majority of Marth players, when they get kind of like scared that you're gonna outplay them, they will just default to like shielding and wave dashing around and kind of running away, and then hoping for like a random stray hit where you like messed up, you know? And so I think that's like an important thing to be focused on, is that like when they kind of do nothing, you don't have to keep doing a ton. Like you don't have when the Marth slows down to like 6 APM, not really 6, but like when they're really
I know
slowing
what you're saying.
down, don't be like, I'm gonna jump on them and I'll do double shine, wave dash, pass, shine, perfect downer, because that's like what they're hoping for.
I don't think that's my issue.
I just wanted to throw that out. That's something I've been thinking about a bunch in the matchup. I don't think that would necessarily be your issue.
I lost to the 2 Marths that I lost to, like the first one I feel like plays Marth. I don't know how to say this. Like they're just they're swingy, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, saying somebody's a swingy Marth is real. There are swingy
Marths. So he's swingy, and that's the first one I lost to. And then the second one I feel like plays like more of like standard meta Marth, you know, like the
dashback,
the Zane Light, you know, style Marth. And I lost to both of them, and both of them was game 5. But I almost feel more confident against the Zane style Marth, like the more like meta Marth,
Mm-hmm.
because like I've seen it more, and I would love to maybe eventually talk about that, but if we don't get to it today, that's fine. So I linked the first one, which is the swinging Marth, because I feel like it shouldn't. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
no,
wrong. Like it
yep,
shouldn't be that good,
yep,
but it
yep,
is.
yep.
You know.
Nah, this is something. This is another one of those hard truths you have to accept in the matchup.
Uh huh.
The good news is this Falco, we've already accepted it against Fox. Is that smart Fox and stupid Fox not that different in terms of the amount you need to respect them?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
like actual good Marth and like stupid idiot I swing, I never lose to Falco ever, I don't even know Falco's frame beta, but I just swing Marth. They both require the same amount of respect to fight.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
and that's honestly not because this is a bad matchup. That is the reason why I switched. Is because I just don't. I can't stand that they can like be like, you need to respect me, even though they're doing like literal short hop fair, short hop fair. Like, why do I need to respect that at all? And like, so I really don't like that. But you know, I never lost any of those Marths when I played Falco against Marth.
Yeah,
so it's like, you just have to like know that like, like those Marths, you just respect them exactly as if they're like a Zane Marth, and they'll just give you a couple more dumb up tilts that'll let you win.
Yeah, I feel like with the Zane more meta style Mars, I can hit this range where I'm closer to them, because like I know that they're gonna like short hop nair in place or like dash back or something, you know. But and then I end up playing too close to like the forward smashing Marths, I think.
Yeah.
And then like it makes me want to shield more. And so like my like psychoanalysis of how I played it, like I haven't rewatched it yet, but I've kind of thought about it, and I think that maybe part of the answer could be like to play vertical a little bit as well, like if they're just gonna swing. And I don't think I was like full hopping or going to plats at all when like if I play too horizontally locked, then like they can just rip a forward smash. But if I like waveland to platform, they rip a forward smash, I can drop down to hit them or something.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Beating the swingy Marths just feels really dumb, but it really is stuff like that where like you'll go to the top plat and then you short hop over their double jump fair, and then you drop through the plat and do back air, or something like that, and like drop through the plat and do down air up tilt.
Yeah.
Like short hop and then drop through. Like there's just like basically I would say that the swingier the Marth is, the lower APM and like slower that you wanna play.
Okay.
Because they're here to just like, I'm pressing buttons, I'm spamming, kind of like Fox. The more like spammy and stupid the Fox is, like you don't want to like go in like, yeah, I'll fight you, like we'll do the same, like we'll blow for blow. Like you don't want to do that against the spammy stupid Foxes. Against the spammy stupid Foxes, it's lots of like, I'm actually up here. And like I'm gonna like laser camp you, and then like eventually they will spam stupidly in a way that you can just punish.
Yeah. Okay. I sent the VOD. I think if you want, we can start looking at it.
Yeah, I got it up. I can start the stream for you.
Yeah, please. And then we shall at least maybe confirm our theories.
Yeah, okay, so let's see, I'll just watch for a second, see what happens. Also, the swingy Marths, there's like a secret to beating them where like instead of trying to extend the combo, you just let them do the dumb swing. Like rather than going for a crazy combo, I will literally end it early and then just let them. They're just going to be spamming fair. They're just going to put out the fair, and you hit them again, and then they fair and you hit them again, and they fair and you hit them again, and then they're dead. Like it's sad, but that's a lot of times like how it goes. Where like you can definitely do stuff against people where you kind of do like rather than like going for this. Like I actually think against Marth the correct solution here nearly every single time is to jump shine, double jump up air, and then just shark. I just do that like every time. I do not bother with this. Marth is not at the magical 16 to 20% damage where I can actually combo him.
Yeah. So I tried to just get like the multiple fair hits, but it was greedy.
I have gotten away with many multiple fair hits, and Zane has reversaled me out of multiple fair hit a bunch of times, and I just gave up on it.
Yeah,
Because you're just
fair.
giving them, like, maybe I get 40 damage, but you can SDI, versus the Shine Double Jump Up Air, where you get 35 damage for free, and it's unreversible when you end in a good advantage state. So it's like, it's not like the perfect fair dream doesn't like pay off as much as you would hope. If you're at an advantage against Marth at all, like in terms of this, I would prefer you stay up high. Marth actually has a lot of trouble approaching the platforms against Falco. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I think, especially at the beginning of like a set against the Marth, like, I think that like,
I'm being too greedy too early,
like,
is what you're thinking.
You're basically trying to, like, the feeling that you're going for, where you kind of just beat up a Marth really badly, that doesn't matter game one. And in fact, kind of works against you if you just tear the Marth apart too early. Because they just get very confident that, like, well, it can't be worse than that. Like, they already tore me apart. Like, I've felt so many Marths do that. Like, you just mess them up for the first 2 stocks of the set, and it's 4 stocks to 2, and they just big slow it down and start coming back. Like, that just, like, standard Falco Marth, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, you don't want to, like, beat them up too early and, like, let them, get that out of the way. This might even be more of, like, a mental thing than anything, but it's something I felt happen very consistently. Is like, I like starting the sets against Marth a lot more like awkward and slow, and like I'm kind of seeing what they'll swing for. I'm not super worried about like, oh, I played defensive at the beginning and like Marth just like somehow read me multiple times. Like, usually like a Marth player is not coming into the set with like big reads in mind. They're looking for like big freebies in mind of like what Falco might give them. Like, I start out a lot more reserved, and then once we've developed this, like, reserved pace, when you're, like, in game 5 and there's 2 stocks left, and then you use your 2 I destroy you for 2 stocks thing, like, when like, then it's just over,
the blood.
And there's no, like, take-backs, they can't do it back, like, they get all nervous at the end because suddenly they have to, like, I've just seen so many Marks, they just start up tilt, shield grab, and it's because, like, they're panicking. They don't have like, the consequences of getting beat up are now big, whereas the consequences of getting beat up right here are, like, super negligible. So they're down to take these big gambles because they can just come back later, is, like, the vibe.
That makes sense.
So early on, I do a lot of stuff where I defend the side platform, I defend the top platform, I get a laser here or there, I see where they're going to swing, maybe I tack on a hit here or there, but I'm taking it very, very slow at the beginning against Marth. I'm really not trying to, like, crush him. I don't think it's even good to do that. This is, like, not a great down air here. I think that there's somewhat a way you could make this work where you do an even later down air here where you're already falling and you get a down air. Like, basically here, you're either, like, after this, you should either get something like a down air edge cancel back air or something crazy like that, or get a down air down smash. Like, the rule is generally, I think it's something like 95, where I think if at 95 Marth is up in the air after like a shine or something, and you hit him at the latest point, I don't think he can get back. I might be a little bit wrong about that. It might be a little bit higher percent. But at these percents, I say a similar thing with Sheik, where it's like, why is somebody down airing Sheik at 60 to 80 from this high up? They're characters with like very, very strong vertical recovery options. So like, either you have a down air down smash here planned, essentially, or you should back air.
Okay.
Or if you're a crazy person, you keep extending the combo on the platforms, but I don't super recommend that. Yeah. Because otherwise, this will happen. Like, you will hit Marth, boom, and he's here. And it's like, man, like, even if Marth went lower than this, you're still gonna
You
have
could
to
still
reset
come
like
back.
this.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Yeah, I think the up air here was good. I think it was fine. Yeah. Probably would have back aired, but it's fine.
Cornered myself.
Yeah. This is just like like literally what all you have to do right here is just crouch and center. Like he can't get down. He can't get down quickly enough. The only thing that Marth will be able to do here to actually get you is they always do waveland. They do wave dash, fast fall, wave dash off, forward air, and that's just too slow. Like if you just stay close to the ground, this isn't like a pressure situation. Like if you're here and Falco falls way faster than Marth, and Marth is here, you don't feel like you can just drop down air him.
Yeah.
And so like you aren't actually in danger here. But what happens is we're so used to short hopping that like our brains perceive it as like I'm in danger here and Marth can drop and hit me right here, but it's just not true, especially if you stay crouched. So you're just chilling. You're just chilling here. None of this needs to happen. See, and like you know what I would have done here? shine, up air because he's below the combo percent. And I don't think it necessarily has to be the up air, but I would say just get the second shine. Just get the second shine, man. Like, you need this damage more than... Like, what are you really gonna make happen here?
Yeah.
Like, when Marth is at 7, like, it's not like you're getting him to 40 and you shine him and you can get a down air off stage like against Fox. And it's not like Falcon where you hit him off and as long as he has no double jump, it's a guaranteed kill. Like... The best thing you're going to do is maybe get 30 damage and he's on ledge or something like that if you go for some crazy edgeguard thing. Like, if you get any opening on Marth below 20, just get him above 20. Like, that should just be, like, your goal pretty much out of the combo. Is, like, just get some damage and then go for a shark. It's fine to not... Like, it's like you're comboing Peach at 0 or something like that. Like, you just get some damage and you go for the shark. There's no reason to, like, pointlessly extend it, basically. This is so unfortunate. I hate this game sometimes. Like, you literally get, like, the perfect punish, but he does the Marth thing. Oh, he didn't do the Marth thing. You were just late. I thought it did the no impact land thing, where like if he gets lasered on this frame, he no impact lands.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But he actually landed, so you actually definitely just like, wow.
I just missed that.
Yeah, you were just slightly shallow, but that happened. I think in this case,
should I walk?
You did walk too.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did walk out of it. It was just literally just, I just hate this game. He just barely avoided it somehow.
I feel like, yeah, should I just be grabbing here? Like,
I think you might have gotten it if you shined immediately.
Oh, like he got like a... Oh, that's so weird.
Like, I think, yeah, it is extremely weird. It just barely misses. One thing you can do here, I know it's very hard to, like, react to this. Okay, so there's a couple of things you can do. Like, obviously, you could do, like, shine retreating down air here, but probably not. The percents and stuff, too low a percent.
And I have, like, the forward momentum from the jump.
If I end up in a spot where I have to do this, like basically your brain, like, you realize that you didn't get the shine because you went for the double shine.
Mm-hmm.
Your thought process here should not be about hitting Marth if the first shine misses. The thought process should be, how do I not get reversaled here? And there's one answer to never, ever, ever get reversaled here. Can you guess what it is?
Full hop?
Jump, high shine, double jump to top plat.
Oh.
So you still get the second shine, and you get to top plat, and you have a potential to combo him if the second shine hits, if he goes for something like a shield grab here. But the second shine is too low, and you can't double jump to the top plat, and so it's this mad, awkward, sharking, scary situation that happens.
Yeah. When like you double jump, you're like, I can't make it up. The Marth is below me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that shine was about.
Boom. Yeah. See, that's good right there. This is a small thing, but I like doing the runoff double laser here rather than the standing laser.
Okay.
Because it basically prevents him from getting this high double jump. Like, you just run off and... Because, like, if he goes low, like if he goes low, these lasers aren't going to hit anyway. Like, if you shoot this laser and Marth just side and does a low recovery, this laser's, like, empty. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're going to do the lasers, you have time to do the lasers, why not prevent him from getting his highest possible double jump?
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And if you hit him with the laser there, he would probably just be dead.
Yeah, I think my light shield turned off there versus... I don't know.
So, there's a thing against Marth that is really important to, like, abusing him combo-wise. And it's the same against Sheik, but Marth has it even harder, where there is no motivation for Marth to DI out, ever. Like, if you just have a Marth hold in on every combo, with the exception of occasionally DIing obvious shines out at, like, mid percent, like, if Marth is, like, over 100, what motivation does he have for, like, holding away? Like, what move is what weak hit combo is Falco gonna hit on him? Nothing. So Marth is overwhelmingly holding in, like, every time, like 99% of the time. And there are a lot of times where you can just get a kill here by going for the shine and then hitting him up high.
Shine, waveland to top flat, and then
jump way up and back air up air. Yeah. And that'll just come up over and over and over again, where, like, on non-FD stages, if Marth is at, like, 100, the back air doesn't do any good, but the shine into trying to kill him off the top can potentially get you a lot more kills. They will survival DI. Combo. They have no motivation to hold left here. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And if they do hold left, it's low-key the same situation as this back air gets you.
That's true, yeah.
It's like the same thing, but you actually had a potential to kill.
It's like a shine up B, right? Just treat it like that. Like, I know you're DIing for my back air.
Yes.
I'm gonna shine
it's exactly the same, except Marth doesn't do the mix-up there because they're always holding in.
Cool,
like,
cool.
Always.
I like that.
Even at, like, 70 there, a lot of times I will just do the shine.
Yeah.
And then, like, combo them again, and then, like, you know, you can get the next shine. It's just, if they hold, they're not gonna hold away. There's nothing to worry about if they hold in. Like, I've labbed it a bunch, and, like, out of most of Falco's combos, if Marth just holds in, like, he can't die out of the combo. So, like, they just get really used to it.
And then they get these super lengthy, like, drawn out, like, edgeguard sequences where, like, oh, I made it back. And then, like, I back them again, they do it again. Like,
super annoying.
Yeah.
I don't super like this edge grab because it feels like you were in danger of getting, like, fared. And I don't like regular get up edge guard, like, down, like,
really,
basically regular get up down smash should make you feel bad when you do it. You should feel like you activated, like, a toddler version of yourself, and you're like, no, how did I let myself? Like, every time I do that, I just feel like I, like, regressed a decade. It's just, like, the most... And, like, against Loki, though, if the Marth is bad enough, I'll just do it every time. Because they can't sweet spot and stuff. And, like, as soon as the Marth is decent, you should just use it never, ever, ever.
Okay.
The edgeguard should be some combination of, like, Marth killer, drop double jump down air while invincible from ledge, perfect ledge refresh, 2.0/3.0.
I'm having a 3.0 crisis because I'm like, do I really want to be going for this when I can SD? But maybe I just grind it out. Like,
the thing is that every single effective edgeguard on Marth, every actually
it's
effective
super hard, I
edgeguard
guess.
has an SD potential. Because even when you do a Marth killer, the original, where you just hold it for like 10 seconds, what's gonna happen? They upbeat a stage. If you want to legit punish, you need to ledge dash. So it's like, it always is gonna have that suicide element. I think the thing I really like to keep in mind when I'm doing the up B stall, because I do actually a pretty good amount of the up B stall.
You do the up B stall?
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
So, the thing you got to keep in mind, if you're, so, you know, it's frame perfect to get the perfect up B stall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What happens if you're one frame late on the up B stall? How vulnerable are you?
I don't know. Does Marth up B not linger at all up there?
No, you have one frame. Like, if you're one frame late on the stall, you have one frame of vulnerability.
Yeah. But is Marth's, like, up B hitbox not in that range long enough to potentially hit you on, like, 2 separate frames or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it lingers at all?
I don't believe that it lingers a significant amount of time to make it, like, risky enough.
Yeah, the person that I play against, and maybe my up B refreshes are bad, which it totally could be the case. I just turned it off because the way that he recovers, which is the second Marth that I lost to, is he just like reacts to your refresh and then times an up B for the end.
Okay, yeah. So this is the important part. That's impossible. He can't react to the up B.
He reacts to something, right? And then that's when you rip it down.
What he's doing is he's reacting to the predictable rhythm. When people refresh more than once, it becomes super predictable. And so if you go and then he just up Bs to like beat the regrab timing, right? Yeah. Whereas like if you're doing every other mix and sometimes you grab ledge and up B stall, they're not gonna hit that. They can't hit that. That's ridiculous.
I feel like he always clips me when I'm trying to refresh. Like, whether it's a double jump or something, like, he always times for that refresh. And it's not that I'm doing multiple. Like, I just grab the ledge, he's low. I do a refresh. I swear he sees that I'm refreshing and then just rips an up B for that time.
Literally grab the edge and double jump down air him.
Yeah, that's the
times
mix,
in a row,
right?
And then the next time do a refresh.
Okay.
Like what I'm saying is that he's just big reading. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like the refresh, like like when you're standing on the edge, like let's say you're Falco and you're right here, okay?
Yeah.
And Marth is right here, and Marth does double jump and regrab edge. Can you react? Can you react to Marth double jumping and regrabbing the edge?
No, I guess not.
Never. Like you can't react to that, man. Like it's so fast. I think like the time between letting go of the edge and regrabbing is like 15 frames or something like that. Like they can't like react to it. Like the thing that's also important is like they need to be at the right height on the up B to even like make it. Like they need to be at the right distance to even like make it worthwhile. Like what if like you don't refresh and they just up B super high and you get like a free big thing, like a free double jump over it, then charge forward smash or something like that.
Yeah.
The point is that like they don't have many edgeguard options. So as long as you don't edgeguard them the same way every time, they don't have a good recovery. So it's just like they just definitely can't react to the up B with like their perfect up B and also getting the sweet spot and everything like that. It just doesn't work. So like like a lot of times what I do is I grab the edge. I grab the edge when they have their side B left. Not their side B left, but like they're at that height where like you grab ledge and then you're like, it's double jump down air time, and like no Marth is going to like when you grab the edge invincible, no Marth is going to immediately up B into your invincibility and like just have a bad recovery and get hit off again. If they do, they just get off again. There's nothing they can do about it. Like you grab ledge and they just instant up B from like the on stage height, you know? Like that's just a bad recovery from the Marth.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you grab the edge and they do side B and then they do the up B. So what happens is people grab the edge and then they wait a second and they're like, I don't know, like regular get up or something, and then Marth did the delay because of the side B and they grab the edge. And the Marth is doing the delay after the side B because it dodges the down air. But if you just grab edge perfect refresh, they just use their side B, drop double jump down air, they're dead. Like there's nothing they can do to beat that mix up. Like if you've already limited them that much. So it's like the refresh is really good. There's also, if they're in a position where so there's basically a thing you can do where sometimes you can also do it where when you grab the edge, it takes 2.5 character blinks for your character to become uninvincible. Like if you watch it, you can kind of get like a timing for exactly when you become uninvincible.
Sure.
And it's a much longer time that you would like wait on the edge. And so what you can do is you can just grab the edge, 1 blink, 2 blink, half a blink, roll from edge, and like that creates this crazy timing mix-up where if they waited longer to get the sweet spot and thought you might do a refresh, it just super throws them off because it looks like you're waiting too long to get an available refresh, and so they try to hit you out of your refresh that was like looks very bad, but you were actually just waiting and you were going to roll at the last possible moment, and they'll just die.
Okay, yeah, I thought about that too, but I honestly thought that like sometimes you'd have to wait till like where you're vulnerable. But I think if you're spending your whole time just like waiting for the last frame, then roll up, and that's a huge amount of time that you can hog, right?
Yeah, you sit on the edge for like a full second before you roll, basically.
Yeah.
And so from there on, they're like, well, there's no way they can like get a good refresh now, you know. Versus sometimes you just grab the edge and you refresh, and it's like they're not. Like, their whole timing just got thrown off. So, like, getting rid of it because, like sometimes there's a 1-frame window where you can die against a character where every single button you press is life and death is nonsense, kind of, if, like, logically, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, every single time Marth touches you, it's potentially instant death for you. Every time, like, you're just always in the danger. So you kind of just have to accept that, like, I should do the effective thing and be in danger rather than the ineffective thing and be in danger.
For sure, yeah.
Even if it feels like risky. Ah, you went for that crazy laser. I was like, how did you get hit there? You just went for an insane laser.
I should just like wave dash or jump out or something.
I would have full hopped.
Yeah, okay.
I also think that low-key Mango is right, and jab is like the secret ultimate technique against Marth.
I like high laser jab.
I think jab is super, super good. Not high laser jab, like just jabbing, like wave dash in jab.
Okay.
It's actually, I haven't seen a lot of situations where it's super, super useful so far in this game, but it's something I've been thinking about to add it. Whoa. I just would be on the platforms. I low-key do this thing against Marth a lot where I just wait here and I power shield this first aerial when I full hop. I don't know why, but it just works every time forever, so I've just been doing it. So, you can somewhat think about Marth dealing with lasers like a fox who only has up smashes.
Like a random up smash?
Where, like, if you shoot a ton of lasers against fox, like, they do that thing where they, like, whiff an up smash, but they're, like, kind of expecting you to keep shooting lasers so that the laser cancels their up smash and they get to keep playing neutral even though they, like, ripped an up smash.
Yeah, so they got, like, a freebie read, I guess, kind of, right?
Marth is like that a lot, where, like, if you keep shooting lasers or shoot a consistent 2 laser pattern against Marth, with the exception of retreating laser, approaching laser, which is generally safe as long as you have the spacing lined up, where like as long as they can't catch you out of the approaching laser. If you have too much of a rhythm, or you shoot 2 lasers in a row too often, Marth gets away with basically doing that Fox up smash free mix up thing on like everything. So against Marth, it is a lot more important to like keep track of that than against most other characters, because like, I don't know, if Fox goes for like a nair and you laser him out of it and he does something else, like most of his moves have low lag anyway, but they're also like not as good. Like all of Marth's moves are really broken. Like they have a huge range and low lag. Not low lag, they have a huge range and like low full end lag, even though they have a lot of like punishable time. So you just need to be aware that like when you show Marth lasers, they are going to see those lasers as an opportunity to cancel themselves. And what you can do is you can shoot a laser, act like you're going to shoot another, then they'll do a move, hoping that the laser cancels it, and because you didn't shoot a laser, you get a free punish.
Yeah, you just throw in like a little bit of awkwardness.
Yeah, you have to throw in the awkward timing, because you want to be playing around the Marth wanting to get these commitments. So like, this is good. This second laser, you know, it wouldn't matter if you got it anyway because he jumped over it. So now you're here, and he gets this sort of thing. I typically, it's a little bit awkward because he's at such a low percent, but typically when Marth jumps like this, I like to move forward. They're basically jigglypuffing you, where they go up and they want you to go into the corner. Whereas if they go up and you go more in, it's a lot harder for them to deal with. Typically. Yeah. So just don't let them overly corner you with these big full hops, because if Marth can abuse those full hops, they'll just start doing it every time you do it. They'll just shield the first laser, full hop, full drift across the stage, fair forward smash or something.
Yeah.
So like right here against certain, it's a little bit tricky because of the percent. Like you do want these lasers. No, I would say you want all these lasers except for this last one. Okay. So you did this laser, you dodge Marth's potential forward air, and you're here. This is like a good opportunity to do something. You don't have to immediately approach Marth because he could go for a dash back, but going for another quote safe laser here isn't actually, there's no potential for you to have a gain out of this no matter what Marth does. And so like you're just somewhat missing out of an opportunity where there's just points in this matchup where you're going to have to play a mix, you know? And like,
I need to play it at least on an advantage, right?
And like,
I had that there.
Exactly. Whereas like if you go back for this laser, let's say instead of this spot dodge, Marth just jumps forward with a short hop, and you hit this laser, he's just going to be mashing forward air, and it's going to put you in this really awkward corner spot. Whereas, like, if you low-key play this position laserless after this laser, and you just dash, and you're kind of like, maybe dash, run and crouch, wave dash through, shine here, or something like, you know, like a crazy mix-up. Basically, you'll be playing it with, like, a bigger advantage than, like, resetting with the laser here. The laser reset is just not the great tool against Marth that it is against, I want to say, characters with less drift, maybe, like Fox or Sheik and stuff like that.
Okay.
Typically, I don't like... So when you do retreating laser, approaching laser, I think to make it like the retreating laser, approaching laser that like is like the goated pattern, you need to be taking back the exact same space you gave up. So if you give up this much space, so if you started here and you give up this much space on this, the approaching laser should be back to right here, not passing the line, because they can't reach the same place you were just defending easily, but they can reach in front of it. So what you would get here is you would retreat to here, approaching laser to here, get a reset here, and potentially have like a mix, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas if you take more space than you give up, it just creates like this easy, like, Marth takes the space you give up. Now Marth places a wall, and you'll just run right back into the up tilt or nair or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and this Marth is like...
He's just jumping forward, right?
Yeah, so a lot of times these types of situations mean that you are being a little too laser reset pilled.
Yeah.
And you're not giving yourself enough like stage presence over Marth. And so like
So I need to be like just throwing out an aerial here sometimes.
Just remember that like you can still CC, like you just don't need to be jumping and aerialing like at all times. Like if you just stood still here and did nothing, Marth would just be right there for you to hit. Like if let's say right here, let's just say there's a theoretical world where you did literally like crouch. If you crouch here, Marth short hop nair will not hit you. Marth short hop fair won't break your CC a lot of times. I don't know this exact percent. Like, Marth,
I get the point though. Yeah.
Like Marth doesn't have a lot of instant options. If that, like, basically, if you're the Marth here, you should be afraid of Falco spamming buttons on you, like right here.
Yeah.
Marth should be like, how do I dash back to avoid Falco down air here, or something like that. Versus like this Marth has full stage presence where like this action just occurred and Marth is like, you will retreat. And like that should not be the case.
Yeah.
And
I think it comes from like the most Marths like will dash back or will nair in play, so I can always get the reset. But if they're playing greedy, I guess I should be aware and then
the thing is
respond, right?
You can always get the reset here, but you're basically making a smaller mental load for the Marths by not playing the full mix-up. Like, you're allowing Marth to go from situations where Marth, like, you're basically being like, hey Marth, if you...
I took all the fear out, right?
Yes, you're allowing Marth to be like, I'm in a somewhat awkward position, but if I approach, I'll be in like a slightly advantageous position. Whereas like Marth should be afraid to really go for anything this aggressive because like he could kind of get like 0 to 90 or 16 to 90, sorry.
Yeah.
Like at these percents, if you believe in yourself, these two characters have the same punish game.
Yeah.
And so like you're just not, it's just not the Fox matchup. It's not the Fox matchup because you don't have to like, you don't always have to create the guaranteed you can't hit me range. The guaranteed you can't hit me range does occur, but you don't need to like, when you're in close, you don't, against Fox when you're in close, you need to immediately retreat to that range.
Yeah, you need to get out.
But against Marth, if you're low to the ground and you like stay confident and stuff like that, he doesn't have as easy of a time as Fox. And like that jab thing is potentially useful here, like right here. If you do like, it's a little bit awkward here, but basically there's spots where you can jab when Marth wants a late forward air, and you catch him with the jab on the way up, and you just get like jab, and they just kind of like, bah! And you just get like a free something out of it because they're like not, because they're in the middle of jumping and waiting for this like late forward air. That's just like another option where jab becomes kind of useful. So I think going for this reset's not the worst thing as an option, but in terms of like the confidence with Marth takes this is like way too much. And so you get this, and now you're forced to play a mix-up anyway, but it's not the one you wanted. It's the one Marth wanted.
I'm in the corner.
Where Marth is already in the air, and he already has like a potential forward air and stuff like that he could get out. Yeah, you're giving Marth too much credit here, basically. So, like, if we really think about it, like if we pretend that we're like a ghost and we're not actually able to get hit by hitboxes, Marth is like, nothing, 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 1, 2, 3, nothing, 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 1. Like, that is the actual, like, attack of the character. The rest of that time, he was just like a hurt box that was sitting there.
Yeah, I get too scared of the immediate threat, because, like, he's already thrown out, I think what's going on in my head is he's already thrown out like these in place up tilts. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I don't want to rush in now because I don't want to get up tilted now. So then I end up playing this thing where like I just reset because I'm like, oh, I'm not getting hit by the up tilt, but then I just end up in the corner anyways or whatever, right?
Yeah. When you have that idea in your head that they're going to do the up tilt, your goal should be to make them up tilt.
Just
rather
bait it
than-
out and then
yes,
go in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Marth matchup is the super weird matchup where everything is realizing what Marth wants, getting them to do it, and then hitting them. And that's why, like, that is the struggle from the Marth end, is not overcommitting. They don't want to overcommit and give you free punishes, which is why they love the lasers, because they get to up tilt and this laser resets them and they're totally safe forever.
That's what.
So
yeah,
like the
yeah,
laser
yeah.
reset is literally like benefiting them because he just gets to throw out moves and swing whenever he wants, and either you get hit by it or you avoid it and give him a reset.
Yeah, okay. That's actually, what's funny is I was thinking about another thing to ask you about, which was like Fox up smash, but you answered that because I have the same issue in both matchups because I'm just lasering too much.
Well,
'Cause, like-
to be fair, in the Fox matchup, I think that it's generally the best practice to just keep the lasers coming. I don't think you can really. I don't think you can over laser against Fox, generally speaking.
What about that exact same scenario where like we were talking about the freebie up smash? Because I've gotten that,
Yeah.
like, that's happened to me where like they do the up smash, I laser, get them out of it, and then they dash in up smash again. I'm like, this is so dumb.
Yeah,
But maybe I'm
so
too close, I guess.
the point is basically if you are doing the lasers correctly against Fox, neither of the up smashes should hit you. And so essentially you're creating a situation where the up smash never hits you because you're always lasering at a range where the up smash can't hit you.
Yeah, you should
And
be just out.
sometimes the laser resets it and the match keeps going and they get the read for free. Kind of. They're still at like the laser disadvantage. Like they still take the hit from the laser and could potentially, like something can happen out of that in Falco's favor. Or I usually say that like 1 out of 4 or 5 of the up smashes I just laser and I happen to do a dash dance and they up smash and I just go, oh, free stock, lay it down air. So it's one of those with Fox where like the idea, like the only time I try to read the up smash ever is against Curve, and it's because he does it at the same rhythm every time, or he used to. Where I just do laser, dash, 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 laser, dash, dash, and he does the up smash, and I hit him. That's like, if somebody's being really predictable, you can get them for it. Usually I'll say that Foxes take laser, or they do the up smash into the laser when they're not, I don't know how to say this, when they don't know what to do. Like, not even like game plan wise. Like, Fox just doesn't go for those up smashes when they're confident they can win the real mix. Those are the up smashes of like, well, it depends on which one it is. If they're reading you approaching lasering, that one's kind of real. And KJH just talked about this kind of extensively. I don't know exactly if he has a video on it, but he has a lot more like of a breakdown on it than me, where there's basically a couple up smashes that are good and most of them that are bad. And you shouldn't really get hit by almost any of them except the occasional perfect read on the approaching laser. But it basically makes it that like Fox is going to make a hard read. Most of the time it's just like a reset, and then sometimes you get a free punish, but I wouldn't worry about it too hard. Whereas like if the entire character, like, the only reason that reading the up smash against Fox is not that good is because he could be nairing or drilling. And you don't want to be, like, waiting for the up smash and Fox is nairing you. Whereas Marth does not have Fox's approaching aerials, and all of his moves are, like, basically all of his moves are up smash, like I was saying, to some degree. And so, like, if Fox had only up smashes, the matchup would become a lot more about like tricking them into thinking a laser is coming and then punishing the up smash. And that's like the direction that the Marth matchup ends up going.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And I think Magi is actually really good at this. I think when I played this, there was a lot of time when I played this matchup where, not that I overlays. That's the thing. I think you can technically make it that you can't, like, if you play perfect, you can get away with, quote, over lasering in this matchup. But I think that it basically skips some layers, and we all just need to get really, really good at this layer before we start over lasering. Or not over lasering, but like crazy,
Lasering.
like lots of lasers. Like those can only show up once we've already defeated like Marth taking advantage of our lasers by lasering less, in my opinion.
Yes.
That is the conclusion.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. These platform punishes, should I just have them unlock? I just need to like practice them and perfect them, be better at them.
I would be a little bit wary of the up tilts though, out of the tech chase, because
what do you like then?
Because Marth can ASDI down and slide off the up tilt to a pretty high percent.
Disgusting.
It might be fine at 50, but there's a lot of spots at like 40 or something where he can just slide off up air you or fair you here.
Oh yeah, I think I remember Zane doing that, but
yeah,
it was like a while ago, and I think it phased out, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not even that it phased out. I think just nobody learned it, and Mango stopped up tilting there.
Yeah.
Like Mango stopped letting Zane get away with it, and nobody else learned it. But I would still say that it's probably a good idea to not be super reliant on them at like not make it your every single day combo.
Yeah, because that's what I think when I'm like, oh, bread and butter platform tech chase combo, gotta up tilt. What should I do instead then?
I would say either shine or down tilt. Like if you have this here and you can get the down tilt, that'd be really good. The shine would be really good. Like if you just get like the shine right here, they're gonna just DI in. And if you get the down air and they DI in, then you get like a down air onto the platform or something like that.
Interesting. Or a back air, depending on where they're at or whatever.
Yeah, and the up tilt is fine. The up tilt is fine. You just need to be aware of that slide off potential. Like
yeah, for sure.
And like just mix it up a little bit. I don't like this retreat too much because you already had center. This is one of those spots where like you need to keep in mind what a big commitment it is to do things with Marth. To like really genuinely like approach and try to hit you. Like, if you are in center, like this, right here, Marth's landing with this forward air, like, Marth hasn't even landed yet, and you're already cornering yourself.
Running away, yeah.
And it's like, you can make an argument that, like, retreating laser, approaching laser here is totally fine and good, but I feel like you're missing, like, an awareness that, like, this isn't an auto-lose just because you're close to Marth. Like, Marth is in the corner. Marth doesn't... Like, if Marth just whiffs this fair and immediately nares out of the corner or something, they're going to lose, like, a lot of neutral interactions against somebody who's just playing normal. Like, they can't do that. Just keep in mind, they're going to come out here, and either they're going to swing really fast, which is bad, and you can bait it, or they're going to wait for you to swing, in which case you can chill out, and you can just laser in place and get, like, a nice, like, corner pressure.
I think
you're inserting more pressure here. Like, you're giving Marth the ability to exude more pressure on you than, like, should be happening.
I think I'm just, like, antsy for the control, you know, like that laser at a safe spacing. And I'm like, I need to get that so then I can establish control and I can force them to come in and then I can get a safe downer on their approach. And, like, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah. Marth is just the exception to that in general because he's so good at using the lasers and drifting in out of them and stuff like that, that, like, if you want the control, Marth needs to be cornered. Like, that's how you control Marth. And so, like, when he's in the corner, like literally dash in, fade back, down air would be, like, more effective than this laser at controlling him. This is sort of that other thing where, like, just don't overextend on the pressure. It's kind of like that other thing I was saying. Like, it's better to end combos early and hit Marth for the next thing because he has, like, It's kind of funny. Like, how does Marth get out of shield? Does he have a shine out of shield? No. He does Fox up smash out of shield. Like, he has big up smash crazy move that lasts forever and has a huge amount of lag. It's really easily punishable. Like, that is the way he responds to everything. And so, like, Marth has a move that is better than your move, that beats everything you do, if you do the thing that's predictable. So, like, if you catch Marth in the pressure, and then you do this thing, like, you set up, like, this logical statement that, like, I am going to keep putting on this pressure until it hits you. As soon as you decide on that very simple idea, and Marth catches on to an idea like that, they have a move that beats all of that. You can't let them you can't make any of your gameplay too rule-based, or like, I will do this until X happens, because as soon as the Marth realizes it, it's over. They have better moves than you. That's just like how it is. But if you hit him a couple times and you back off, and you hit him once here and you back off, and you just need to keep them guessing at all times. And as long as you keep them guessing, and they can't come up with a good enough reason to use one of their Fox up smashes, they are scared of, like, just throwing them out, because then they just become the Fox who's up smashing over and over and gets punished for everything. So, like,
what
were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, so, like, you're just basically saying just end the shield pressure early there, right? Like, are you just saying just shine grab, basically?
Either shine grab or wait for him to down air out of shield.
Yeah, okay. So, like, shine, wave, dash away or something. Or just, like, laser, empty pressure, like, run, like, dash stance outside of it. And
yeah,
then,
like just think of it that, like, your pressure on Marth is going to be you punishing Marth for trying to reversal your shield pressure.
Yeah.
Not by beating him down. The beatdown does not happen. You go, I'm gonna beat you down, and he goes, aha, I'll use my special technique that beats the beatdown, and you punish that, and it's just gonna be like that every time. There's not gonna be, like, if he had a shine out of shield, it'd be different. Like, you couldn't pressure him at all, but, like, he's like pretty good at not, like, Marth holding shield is just kind of happy against Falco. I think, like, just the throws aren't bad. Like, shine grab is good, and I think you could use that, like, a good amount against Marth. But I think that, like, it's important to recognize that, like, he's going to, like, when you're the Marth there, that's just all you're thinking. You're like, I'm going to take these 2 or 3 more hits, I'm going to wave dash out, and I'm going to up tilt. Like, that is, like, how you think on the Marth end. So, like, from the Falco end, being the Falco that perfectly plays into the Marth simulations of what the Falco is doing is just not going to end well.
Yeah. And it's the same mindset for the up tilts, right? Like, let him do it and then punish afterwards. It's the same thing, or they're just hunting for that reversal.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like when I'm baiting out these up tilts, you have to be close, right? And then, like, sometimes they can just rip a dumb forward smash. I guess I just need to be playing the mix-up on all ends there, but, like, you need to be close to be able to, like, punish that up tilt, right? Because Marth can dash away.
Marth will do the forward smash when they see you trying to bait the up tilt, because you give them one of those rules. You're not realizing it when you're playing, maybe, but you're telling them, I am going to wait at this range until you up tilt. And as soon as you do that, they have a solution. Anytime you have a simple logical statement, Marth will have a solution.
I just need to keep playing the game with that in mind, right? Like, we were saying like, let them up tilt. Like, we know they're gonna up tilt. Let them up tilt, but I need to be ready to be like, okay, what if they start forward smashing? I need to be able to work around that too.
It's why I sort of have this mantra where the matchup should be played from the Marth side. Like, when you're Falco, you should be thinking of, like, don't be thinking, how do I use these lasers to perfectly control this character? You should be thinking, how can I make this read where I'll hit Falco? Because when you're playing Marth against Falco, it feels like you're basically just making a bunch of big reads. And so, like, just think of it as like if they whiff one bad forward smash and you tear them apart, how is that going to affect them throwing out more dumb forward smashes? Those forward smashes and stuff, they only have that aura of confidence when there's some sort of rule that you've established that they can use as reasoning for why that move is like legit to actually put out. Otherwise, they're just flailing, and they will start mentally flailing too as they start missing. Yeah. So it's like the thing is, you just need to play the whole thing all the time. Like, you need to be playing like I'm gonna get laser damage and I'm working my way in, and by working my way in, it forces Marth into the corner. But like, while I'm doing that, I'm not just doing that. I want to see if Marth is gonna throw something out. And so like the best thing I can tell you is don't do anything for too long, and think about what you're doing. What you can kind of do is basically be like, hey Marth, this is the rule set with which I am playing you. I am waiting for this. And as soon as that has been communicated, you beat them for trying to read that. Like, you're like, I'm gonna laser you. Like, I'm gonna laser you like crazy. And you let them whiff by fake shooting one laser, and you hit them. And then when they come back again, you're like, all right, we're done with that entirely. New rule, I'm going to stay on the platform, or whatever. And you create, like, this constant thing where, like, you need to give them reasons to do something dumb. Punish that thing, then shift to a new reason. And, like, because if you keep giving them the same things, they'll just be able to figure it out and, like, program options that will just beat it, like, every time. Yeah. Whereas, like, Marth just has this weird thing where if you put him in the normal game and you think of it all normal, he's, like, unbeatable and broken in all these ways, like, but he just can't play the mixes as well as, like, Spaceys and Sheik and stuff like that. Like, he just doesn't have as many, like, low commitment options. And there's just this weird feeling where a lot of the stuff that we think about other characters doesn't apply to Marth, and he has workarounds for those things. And if you just put him as like, well, he's a normal character plus all the advantages that Marth gets, it makes it feel like it's a normal matchup, but he also has the most broken moves ever and you can't beat him. Whereas if you see it differently, where he's just kind of like a weird guy, like he has these weird strengths that like make the rest of the things that you would use against most characters not really work against him. You can't really control him in the same ways as you can other characters. But he also doesn't have the ability to take, like, low-risk pokes in the same way as a lot of the other characters do. And he also gets caught in disadvantage in really weird ways, like, in ways that the other characters don't. And stuff like that. So it's just this weird thing where, like, you'll end up being like, man, a lot of the stuff I usually have doesn't work, but some of this other stuff does work, and it kind of evens him out and makes him like a little bit weaker than a lot of people might interpret him as. This is kind of, it's not exactly the same, but I say this a lot about like ice climbers, where like people kind of treat people who are bad against the ice climbers, treat them like normal character, but they have all these weird advantages that the ice climbers have, rather than like not starting at that basis and like seeing how many of the things that you're used to being prepared for in every other matchup that character literally doesn't have access to. So there's just a bunch of spots where like you will feel the need to move away, because kind of like against Captain Falcon, where there's a bunch of spots where like jumping away, you don't need to jump away because he can't instant aerial you, you know? He just doesn't have access to like these spacey options or these certain options that characters have that will like make you do these interactions. There's just a bunch of spots that are kind of automatic where you're like, oh, well, of course when I feel this way I do this, but if you act that way, then Marth gets to cover all of his weaknesses for free, and he gets to be normal character plus instead of weird guy. That's basically the idea.
Yeah. And weird guy, I guess, in this...
calling him weird guy is so funny.
It is funny. In this world is like, basically, like, he can't... It's hard for him to swing in place, or like get a move out in place, like hold his ground, or like, because he doesn't have a shine, or he doesn't have a Sheik F tilt or something like that, right?
Yeah, like if you think about it, like Marth being in place Like, Marth doing fairs and nairs and up tilts and stuff in place just actually gets destroyed by Falco to, like, an insane degree. The only way you ever actually get hit is when Marth doesn't wall. Like, Marth reaches past the wall with some sort of other move. So, like, he just doesn't... Like, he can't do anything. Like, he just can't, like, actually reach you if he does the walling. And then when he actually moves forward, he just, like, loses all of the advantages of, like, his range.
Yeah. Yeah. And we did a lesson once, and we talked about the platform stuff, and I think, like, I didn't know when... Yeah, I didn't know when to do it. I didn't feel comfortable, but I like the idea of, like, oh, I've established, like, this timing or whatever. We were saying some other word, but what, like, this rule, I think is what, like, I've established this rule where, like, say I'm, like, baiting out the up tilt, right? And then it's like, oh, well, this time instead of baiting out your up tilt, I'm going to go to the platform. Like, oh, you forward smash? Oh, I'm going to come down on you. And then stuff like that, right?
Yeah, the platform is just, like, another one of these flavors to kind of, like, show Marth, oh, we're doing this now, and then, like, violate that in a way that, like, tricks him.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a very weird... This matchup is more mental than I think any of the other matchups, and it's true for pretty much every character in the game. And it's because Marth outranges everyone. So, like, theoretically, if he guesses right, he's unbeatable.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's like, but he's the character who experiences more consequences than any other top tier for guessing wrong. Well, Falco, but we don't...
We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about
that one out to the side. We're good.
We don't talk about how much. We don't talk about the fact that Falco's 3 times harder than any other top tier. It's okay. Probably more.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with wrapping up soon too, by the way.
Okay. Let's see how far in are we? Okay. Yeah, we did an hour, so.
Okay. I was worried that I was talking too much time. So.
Yeah, I was just like, we're just kind of gonna go until you were like chilling was like the idea.
Yeah. I think we're good. I feel like we've met a conclusion, unless you want to finish the game, but I don't know. I feel like
I can watch the rest of it, but I do feel like we've pretty much gotten through most of the stuff. And like I think it was our last lesson where we talked about how you want to like work Marth into the corner with like the fade back down airs and all that type of stuff. Because once you get him into the corner, ooh, I love stuff like that. Also, I don't know if we've talked about that there's like a super secret strategy for like killing Marth in the corner at this %, like very, very often. And this has to do with that similar thing that we were talking about, where you get him to do the bad commitment and you kill him for it. Is I will right here do dash in, wave dash down, Marth whiffs either a fair or a nair, and I hit nair down air because he DI'd in on the nair.
Oh, I've heard you talk about it, but I hadn't heard like the specific setup.
It's so good. You just like stop and then aerial down air, broken. Really strong option. And it just ties in with all this other stuff that I was talking about.
I've heard you talked about like the nair dare, but like I never found myself in that situation. And then sometimes I nair them and like they're not holding in, but it's because you're hitting them out of the aerial with their drift. Which is why I'm
hitting them out of their attempt to like read me and move in.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was a good double down air.
I don't know if I win or lose this one, so this is a surprise for me too. I just know I win game 5.
So this is something a little bit more subtle, but this is like a pivotal point in the matchup right here, which, as we know, like Marth wave dashing off here and going for a forward air. Like, one of the most important spacings in the matchup is that whenever you see this, you need to be positioning yourself just outside of the max forward air range on the laser.
Yeah.
This is just like a discipline that like super needs to happen, because if you were right here shooting this laser, you get like, okay, to be fair, it's a little weird because Marth is at 0.
Yeah, again, it comes back to that.
And
yeah.
so I do get what you're... But I still wouldn't want to corner myself last stock at 26%. Because, dude, if I'm the Marth here and I'm at 0, I'm not lying. This is what my exact Marth would do, is I would do this fair, and I would immediately wave dash in forward smash.
Forward smash.
I would do that every time there, because I'm like, oh, it's 0%, last stock, I can't die out of a combo. If this forward smash catches him out of the laser, I forward smash, I down tilt the side B, I big pop off, I'm actually good at this game. You know, like, they're hoping for all of that to happen. But if you just wait out, like, if you laser them at barely just outside the forward air right here, how many Marths are about to wave dash in forward smash Falco right here? They're gonna dash back, and now you get your good position out of it, and it just changes so much. Getting this is just like, they just love going for the forward smash out of that one.
That's me backing up way every time he does the bump full hop, right?
So this is why I like crouch a lot right here rather than this laser, is because if you crouch here, it fully beats Marth doing fair instant dash attack. So
can I see it again? Just leading up to it?
Yeah, right here.
Crouch.
No. Crouch here instead of this jump. Like,
okay.
Crouch right here, because you're basically creating a situation where you're giving them everything they want and then not giving them anything. Where you're creating a spot where you're like, okay, like obviously I think it's best to have a laser perfectly right here because you actually get to threaten them for the fairing here. But a lot of times, you know, the timing doesn't work out perfectly. You don't have time to get a laser here, but you end up here. Marth here just they just think that you're gonna try to get away a lot of times. They use dash attack here a lot, or they'll do dash in instant fair. It's that same situation where if you just crouch, dash attack and instant aerials don't work. And then
I never thought about crouch beating dash attack.
It beats it for a long time. Even at high percent, if you crouch the dash attack, you'll get a tech in place out of the dash attack, and you can punish it with a shine.
Okay.
So, like,
no, that makes a lot of sense.
I do that a lot. Like, Marth lands, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna dash back just into the dash attack range, and I just run away crouch, and I'm like, sucker.
I see. So it's still like a run crouch because it's even more baiting them to do that,
it looks
right?
like you're running away, exactly. And then what happens is if you crouch here, and they do this up tilt, free down air, right?
Yeah.
You just dash back out of crouch down air, free. This is why I don't like these down airs, remember?
This is why you just back air?
I would do a shine here. Shine up air.
Oh, really? At this percent still?
This percent is a different shine up air, but I still prefer, like, the shine. He's just not a high enough percent. What are you going to do at Marth 45? Like, my goal here is to get damage. And so, like, if I back air him here, I don't know, maybe you could, like, I would say that in tournament, I would back air there out of fear. But if I have a second to think about it, I kind of like the shine.
Just shine up air and it'll
either shine up air or shine delayed back air.
Okay.
Just because, it's just his percent's low enough. Like I said, I think in tournament, when you're in a spot like this, if you did a back air here, I wouldn't fault you for it. Like, I would say there might be a more potentially optimal thing you could do with getting the more damage a little bit, but the back air, I wouldn't have complained if you back aired there, but the down air, I will complain.
Okay.
This is like a small thing of if Marth goes up high like this, I won't immediately grab edge.
Okay.
Like, see how high up he is? And it's because he gets this. Well, see how, like, he's able to just kind of, like, move around your timing? I don't like that. I like if he's up high like this, I act like I'll do this. Like, imagine if you did this one where you threw him off right here, and, like, this was an empty short hop, and you just landed back on the stage, and then right here you jumped and grabbed ledge, and you were grabbing edge right now. You would just be in, like, a way better spot to, like, cover this. It's just like the immediate ledge grab when he goes high. you could almost generalize it to just grabbing ledge too early against Marth in general, but that's like one of the spots that I look for of like you don't want to grab edge too early there. Kind of it's the equivalent of grabbing edge too early against Captain Falcon, who can double jump and up B high and stuff like that. It limits your ability to actually cover him. Oh. This is one of those perfect, like, this is exactly the same spot of, like, right here, they get up like this. I know they're a swingy Marth. Dash away crouch right here. Boom. It's the same thing, where, like, you're afraid of the dash attack. The dash attack's not going to get you if you're crouching, and you'll be able to punish the up tilt. Good.
I need to practice the dash back out of crouch if I'm going to use that, though, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
At some point, these need to get punished. Like, at some point. Come on.
Just dash attack in, right?
No, I would laser walk F tilt. Like, laser walk low F tilt, probably.
I just spam the dash attack because I heard you say it, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just do that every time.
Yeah, I do get, like, that's the thing. This is, like, a tournament VOD, so I understand, like, doing this. Oh, yeah, no, wait, yeah, I can't believe you didn't go in there, though. Like a dash advance grab or something like that. Still though, yeah. So
wow.
This is that basically that thing of like you've created a rule for Marth to follow. You've created a situation where you're like, look, Marth, I am gonna do this laser and you can't get up. So this implies to the Marth when they do get up, they can break out of that pattern. Yeah. And so, like, you're like, I'm keeping you locked, I'm keeping you locked, I'm keeping you locked, and the Marth does get up, and, like, now we've reset a little bit. Like, Marth is just super waiting for this, because they've already in their head that you're going to be, like, lasering and stuff like that here.
Yeah, I've already established, like, laser dash dance, laser dash
yeah,
dance.
exactly,
And,
and so they're like, oh, I will now cover this thing, exactly. And so, like, they just, and, like, you know, if you shielded that forward smash or were out of the way or whatever, Marth just probably loses the game right there, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, these, like, mental decisions of, like, what pattern we're doing flip things big time. And if you get, like, 3 out of the 4 times that this becomes really important, if you have the advantage because you're aware of it, you just can't lose, basically. Assuming that the rest of the game goes about normal.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think that was definitely a good lesson. We went over a ton of information.
Yeah, we did. I liked the little fox journey at the beginning too. That was helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that was helpful.
I think there's still a list of stuff. Like if we do another lesson in the future, we can talk about. Well, I one day I just want my vision for like maybe a next lesson. Especially if I'm still struggling. Like, I just want to watch you like. You just set up Uncle Punch, like, Falcon edge guards, and then I just make sure that I know them, because there's sometimes
Falcon
where I'm just
edge guards?
Yeah, I'm just fucking them up sometimes, you know? And...
That's crazy. There's only one Falcon edge guard.
Okay, well then never mind.
It's full hop backflip.
Okay.
You just full hop backflip, and then you either double jump back air or shine turnaround down air. That's it. I don't do any other Falcon edge guards ever.
I was missing the shine turnaround down air. Now that I'm thinking about it in my head, because I was getting like grabbed because I was waiting on the edge. But if they go low, I just set up the down air.
Wait, you said? Can you repeat that?
I was getting grabbed, you know, like out of the Falcon up B because I was holding onto the ledge for too long. But I just need to set up the down air there.
Wait,
or maybe my ledge timing.
You shouldn't grab ledge against Falcon.
I thought you said backflip and grab ledge.
No, full hop backflip from the stage, double jump.
Yeah. Well, like after if they go low.
After they go low.
I'll send you a.
Yeah. We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
We went about 15 over, so maybe we could just get that with the payment for it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but, just let me know the rate, and then I'll do 1 hour 15.
Yeah, I could probably it's like 65 or something.
Sure.
Okay. Let me know how this stuff.
I'll send it over.
Okay. Let me know how this goes for you. Let me know if there's any clips or questions. You can send me the Falcon thing privately, and I'll probably just respond to that.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, yeah, cool, dude. Good talking. Hopefully we get to hang out at something soon. Are you going to Don't Park?
No, I'm not going to be traveling.
Bummer.
Yeah,
all right.
come
Well,
to Texas eventually.
at least we
maybe.
got to talk a little bit. We'll stay in touch. And,
Yeah.
hope life
I'll let you
treats
know if
well.
I'm at any tournaments.
Okay, sick. Sounds good, man.
All right, take
All right.
it easy.
You too. Peace.
See ya.